How many of us have been cutting lawns since what seems like birth? A lot of us. So one would only assume that we are too familiar with the days of yanking cords, refilling gas tanks, occasionally changing spark plugs and oil, dealing with smoke and other crazy issues. Not to mention the noise. The noise. What if, just what if, that was no more? Welcome. If you're a new viewer, I'm Silky, or Tactical Dad for some. Thank you all for tuning in. My channel's relatively new, but I'm not new to the YouTube world as previously stated. Just like firearms, I have a passion for lawn care. Taking something that looks dead or what some may consider less aesthetically pleasing and bringing it back to life, or just simply enhancing it to help maintain it, basically. Either way, I love it. So I wanted to share my thoughts, tips, feelings, and what I thought are some of the best products out there that have helped me over the past 4 years with operating my own lawn care company, and even products that might not have seemed like the best, but can save you some bread in the end. So, reintroducing the Greenworks 21-inch self-propelled battery-operated lawnmower, featuring this. Now that that's out of the way, here's what I think about it. This model features a steel 21-inch deck for ultimate durability, push button start with Greenworks intelligent true brushless mower technology, which delivers 2 times more power, all the while saving you precious runtime, recognizing whenever the job that you're tackling is or isn't too rough, and the motor technology increases or decreases the speed intuitively. Now, this mode can be engaged or disengaged manually by pressing the turbo button, turning the mower to a max speed or decreasing it. It also features high intensity LED headlights for anyone out there who wants to participate in nighttime cutting, because, I mean, anything's a thing, right? But no, seriously, this really does provide a different variable. There have been times where I've been dealing with the Texas heat, and I would start my day sometimes between 5 and 6 a.m. right before sunrise, and start cutting prior to the sunrise just to avoid the heat. The mower's quiet operations is quiet enough to not disrupt anyone's sleep, and the headlights provide enough lumens and light output to cut at any time of the day or night. But something I do wish Greenworks or all companies together would incorporate in the next model is a switch to possibly turn on those headlights or turn them off. I'm curious to see just how much more runtime I might get if I'm able to not have those LED headlights running throughout the day when I'm servicing properties. Now, LEDs run at a much cooler temperature, so the difference might be minuscule, but I just think it'll be cool to have that option. But since we don't, the one main thing I think you'll have to worry about when using a battery operated mower is, well, the battery. And this mower features dual battery ports with auto switching technology. So there's no, ah man, my first battery went down, so now I'm having to stop productivity, walk back, grab another battery, walk back, get back into my zone. Think I still have that same motivation? Nope. I want to stop now. I just took 87 more steps walking back to the truck that I didn't want to. Just kidding, though. But no, seriously, the one thing that we never have enough of is time. How can we maximize whatever we're doing in the allotted amount of time that we have before we move on to something else? To have that added convenience of being able to just quote unquote cut and go gives me so much more peace of mind. After you're done, simply fold up the mower vertically with the easy fold handles, which is really, really simple to use. Just pull, fold, store, and in seconds you've now reduced the profile and how much space is taken up in the garage by your mower. Even if this might not be a consideration for some, look at it this way: it's a massively long term investment because Greenworks has a 60-volt line of products that each individual battery powers over 75 products, from blowers to edgers to chainsaws and even pressure washers, backed by what I think is one of the best warranties offered by products in this line of business: 4 years on the tool and 4 years on the batteries, which is amazing, dealing with batteries and lithium ion batteries at that, because every rechargeable battery has a cycle and eventually its max capacity will be reduced. So to have a warranty that will still be effective multiple years after I purchase the item is pretty powerful if you ask me. Now, you have some comparisons out there of people doing mower tests on cut quality against other mowers, and that's great and all, but we have to realize blade type and blade sharpness matters immensely. The new models from Greenworks includes two blades, one regular blade and another high lift blade, which is cool. Me personally, I use custom blades and I sharpen them myself. And the cut quality as well. I mean, I run a successful landscaping business off the cut quality, so yeah. The single point height adjustment allows you to adapt quickly to multiple heights of grass between 1.3 inches and 4 inches in the event that you find yourself on a slopey or uneven ground. There are a few companies out there who offer dual port features, but not all feature automatic battery switching the way Greenworks does. When the mower senses that one battery has run out of juice, the mower begins to draw power from the second battery. When the mower switches over, you'll know it. There's a brief surge in drive pace, and it shifts from nearly a depleted battery to the other at its full charge state. This mower also features a battery level gauge on the handle, which indicates which battery the mower is currently drawing from and how much power each battery has at any given time. Now, on the website, Greenworks states that the runtime stands at around an hour, but in my opinion, that strongly varies. By what, Silky? Well, for starters, wet grass, thicker grass, higher grass. The conditions vary so much to the point where no real guarantee can be made about any mower's runtime. In addition to that, what most don't think about or even talk about is the batteries and their amp hours in those batteries. That's where you ultimately get your power and your runtime. If a mower, let's say, is mowing with a 2.5 amp hour battery on a lawn that is dewing from the morning and it's overgrown, that battery will probably last all of 15 minutes, unfortunately. Now, you take that same plot of grass and throw on a 6 amp hour battery, and you'll barely lose a battery bar. Now, there is a massive downside to this, which is a potentially unavoidable issue, but can be manipulated to soften the blow, and that's the price of those batteries. There's not really any way around it. The only thing I can suggest is to try to catch a sale or make sure whatever bundles you get when purchasing, that you're maximizing whatever batteries you can get. For example, I have a total of 9 batteries. Should be 10, but unfortunately, one was permanently misplaced. And 6 of them came from 2 mowers that I purchased. Things fortunately worked out when I was able to catch a few sales and buy one, get one free battery deals on Greenworks websites. In addition to, like, the first 60 volt I purchased provided me with 2 5 amp hour batteries and so on. So you can get the idea. The only issues I've had was last season. The self-propel feature went out after about 3 years of using it every single day. I had previously set up the warranty info with Greenworks, so replacement was in the works, but I was down a more powerful mower for the business, so I was forced to use my old Greenworks 40 volt, which is fine. It got the job done, but it took tons of more time, having to go over spots multiple times. So after a day of not having my 60 volt, I went ahead and bought a new one, which at that point, I was in the process of getting 2 60 volts because once my initial one was getting repaired, I was now up 2 4 amp hour batteries, since that's what came with the new purchase mower. At this point, I've now communicated with Greenworks, and they've now informed me that since the mower I previously had was an older version, there was no replacement parts to fix the self-propel feature. They will need to now send me a brand new mower, which just so happens to be the exact same mower that I had just purchased. So at this point, I'm now up 4 4-amp-hour batteries. So you can see just how easily or quickly the come up on batteries can be. But I run a landscaping business, so there's no real reason for any everyday homeowner to have any real need other than the 2 included batteries in the package. But do understand that the harsher the conditions, the more power consumption, which in the end kills your runtime. So my suggestion would be to choose the best mowing conditions if you're a homeowner who's pushing that maximum runtime to property ratio. Either that or get a larger battery. There's really only one thing in particular that I don't quite understand though. With this mower, when using the self-propel feature, after disengaging it, you're required to roll the mower forward to disengage the wheels that appear to be locked. Otherwise, you'll find yourself getting a quick pull workout in until you do so. Maybe that's a mechanism dealing with battery operated mowers, but coming from gas mowers the way I have, that transition was seamless. But hey, I'm just here looking for something to talk about and nitpick about because I truly don't think it really is a big deal. And I wanted to give you guys something of a negative or a downside, but realistically, it really doesn't matter. And once you kind of familiarize yourself with the motions and functionality of the mower, it's not really going to be a problem. Truth be told, I'm rarely using the self-propel feature anyway because I'm weird and I'm always trying to sneak a workout in 100-degree heat. So I'm mainly engaging this feature if I find myself stuck in like a hard corner or can't get behind the mower to push it. So I'm using the ambidextrous controls on the handle to operate the mower one-handed because, yeah, you can do that. Why? I have no idea, but anything is a thing.